Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, Chapter 1, The Period. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of life, it was the season of darkness. It was a spring of hope, it was a winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven, we were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on its being received for good or for evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. There was a king with large jaw and a queen with a plain face on the throne of England. There was a king with a large jaw and a queen with a fair face on the throne of France. In both countries, it was clearer than crystal to the lords of state, preserves of loaves and fishes, that things in general were settled forever. It was the year of our Lord 1775. Spiritual revelations were conceded to England at the favored period, as at this. Mrs. Southcott had recently attained 25th blessed birthday, of whom a prophetic private in the Life Gods had heralded the sublime appearance by announcing that arrangements were made for the swallowing up of England and Westminster. Even the Cock Lane ghost had been laid only a round dozen of years after rapping out its messages as the spirit of this very year last past, supernaturally deficient in originality, rapped out theirs. Mere messages in the earthly order of events had lately become the English crown and people from a Congress of British subjects in America, which, strange to relate, have proved more important to the human race than any communications yet received through any chickens of Cock Lane brood. France, less favored on the whole as to matters spiritual than her sister of the shield and trident, rolled with exceeding smoothness downhill, making paper money and spending it. Under the guidance of her Christian pastors, she entertained herself, beside which humane achievements as sentencing a youth to have his hands cut off, his tongue torn out with pincers, and his body burnt alive because he had not knelt down in the rain to do honor a dirty procession of the monks which passed within his view at the distance of some 50 and 60 yards. It is likely enough that rooted in woods of France and Norway, there were growing trees when the sufferer was put to death, already marked by the woodman fate to come down and be sawn to the boats to make a certain movable